You know my favorite thing about Benjamin Franklin? He's on the cover of the $100 bill. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys today about when you should take money out of your business. Because that is a question I get all the time. So we are going to discover when you should take money out of your business, how you should take that money out of your business, and ultimately how you're going to end up claiming that money with your taxes, because that's pretty important. You got to pay Uncle Sam, you got to pay the IRS with your money, because if you don't, they're going to come after you, and trust me, you might be able to run from everybody in the world, but the IRS never gives up. Alrighty, so let's just fast forward. Let's assume that you're a successful business, right? You've made your first $100,000 in business and you finally want to earn some money, put some money in your pocket here, and you're not sure exactly when you should do it. And there's a couple factors to take into consideration about when you should actually take money out of your business. So right off the bat, let's get into it. Number one, when you should take money out of your business is when your business has an excessive amount of money. When I say an excessive amount of money, I mean you're covering all your operating expenses, you're covering all of your normal overhead expenses, you're covering everything else, you're paying your employees and things like that, and you have money stacking up in the bank, right? Because at this point, I would imagine you probably haven't taken a paycheck if you're watching this video, right? I was in this boat not that long ago, and honestly, it took me about 3 years to really start to make money in my business. And ever since then, and ever since I've started taking money out of my business, now I don't take a tremendous amount, but we do have money coming out of the business. That way I can actually earn a living and pay for my nice things, such as my car and things like that. Tax write-offs. Needless to say, that is when you should start taking money out of your business. When you have an excessive amount of money that no matter what you do, you keep having money coming to your business. This is gonna vary tremendously in each business, but make sure that you have a safety account, right? You need to have somebody in the bank so that way, God forbid, something does happen with your business, you may lose a client or something does happen, you do have money to spend to keep that money coming in. But ultimately, when you realize that you have I would say 20% of your overall company value in the bank is a good time to start taking out money. Now, I'm saying this meaning you're making about $100,000 a year. So if you have about $20,000 in the bank, that is a good time to take it out. Now, you wouldn't want to take this out if you plan on doing something extreme. So what does that mean, something extreme? That means you're going to be hiring employees. That means you're going to be spending a ton of money on ads. Whatever that may be, some massive expense that you're about to incur, don't take money out. Leave the money in there. That is the best time to do it. When you do that, you know that you have a major expense coming, you need to keep that money in there, because if you don't have that money in there, you are not going to be in a good position. Number two is when your accountant tells you to. Believe it or not, your accountant, you should be speaking to on a at least quarterly basis. Once in the middle of the year, typically once at the end of the year, and then once right around tax season, the beginning of the year. That way, you know, hey, what are my taxes looking like? How much money do I need to pay? Right? You have to set that money aside. That is separate from your normal savings account with your business. And ultimately, you want to talk to them and say, hey, should I take a paycheck? Is this something that I should do? They're going to tell you very clearly, yes, you should take a paycheck, or no, you shouldn't take a paycheck. Either way is totally fine. They're going to tell you, they're going to say, hey, you're making too much money, you need to take some money out. And ultimately, depending on what kind of corporation you have, whether it's an LLC, S Corp, or C Corp, you're going to have to pay taxes at some point or another on either income or distributions or whatever that may be. But ultimately, just know your accountant is going to say, hey, you need to go take out some income. Or they're going to say, hey, you need to go spend some of that money because you are showing way too much profit in your business. Either way, not a bad thing, but definitely you should be having a conversation at least 4 times a year with your accountant. If you're not, you are either paying your accountant too much money, or you just are so financially successful that it doesn't really matter and you just need them to do your taxes. But honestly, an accountant is incredibly valuable. I highly recommend, if you guys need one, please leave a comment down below, but I highly recommend definitely get an accountant, because they're going to tell you when you should and should not take money out of your business, right? And that is going to make you have way better financial decisions. Number 3, you have a major emergency. So obviously your business is your baby, but ultimately life gets in the way. You may have something crazy going on that you need to pull some money out of the business. That is totally understandable. It does happen. But make sure that if you do take money out and you don't take it as income, you replace that money down the road before the financial year ends. Because if you do take that money out of the business, you are going to be liable for paying income tax on that money. Now, obviously, this is all just what I've learned so far in my journey of business. definitely go consult your accountant, because I feel like I need to just put this in here right in the middle because this is so incredibly important. Your accountant is going to know what's best for you. So if you speak to your accountant on a regular basis, then you could probably neglect pretty much everything in this video. He'll tell you when you should take money out. But otherwise, if you need to take money out, you're going to need to claim income tax on that, regardless of what state you live in, even if it's in Florida. I know there's no personal income tax, which you're very lucky if you live there. But for the vast majority of other things, you might have to pay business tax, right? Or distributions or whatever else that may incur. And number 4, if you have a steady flow of income in your business. So when I say a steady flow of income, a predictable flow of money. If you know every month, month after month, you're going to be bringing in $3,000, $4,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 in your business. Let's say you're making $10,000 in your business on a monthly basis, and you know that your company needs about $7,000 to run successfully. If you do have money in a savings account, that way, God forbid you need to go buy something for your business, you could start to shave off a little bit month after month. That is a great time when you have a predictable income to start taking income. That way you as the business owner can get paid. That is incredibly important for you, because a lot of times people don't realize, like, they keep putting money in the business, they really don't have that many life expenses that they can say, hey, you know what, I could just keep taking some money off. Make sure you take care of yourself financially with between a Roth or a 401k, whatever you choose. But ultimately, you want to make sure that if you know that you have a predictable amount of money coming in every single month, you could take off a little sliver each and every single month, or potentially each and every week, depending on what you do. If you're somebody that's paid in massive lump sums, make sure you take out a chunk of that each time, or know that at the end of the year, you're getting one massive payout once a year after you obviously speak with your accountant. Now, everything in this video is financial advice that I've just learned. Please take it as advice. This is just what I've experienced. This is nothing legal binding or anything like that. Please, I do recommend getting an accountant. If you get an accountant that you really, really like, they are worth their weight in gold. Just make sure, one, they're legit, please. I really see a lot of scam accountants. You guys watched my video before my accountant was arrested by the FBI. Is he a scam accountant? I wouldn't say so, but God forbid, it's something that you have to be really careful about. Make sure it's somebody that you jive with. Make sure it's somebody that you can trust. Make sure it's somebody that's going to make good decisions, not just financial decisions, but good decisions. This is somebody that you're trusting with your money. Now, there's a famous criminal, I think it's Pablo Escobar, right? He could have evaded, every governing agency out there, but the IRS does not give up. So if you have money or you have a lot of money coming in or anything like that, please speak to your accountant. Make sure that you have a good accountant, not a shady one, that you can absolutely trust with all your money, because having a good one where you can rest your head at night, not having to worry about the IRS coming and trying to put you in jail because you forgot to pay money to them, is incredibly important. It is something that is helping my hair slowly grow back. That's a joke. But ultimately, it is so incredibly important. I really hope you guys found value in this. This is a great time to, heck, I hope that your business is in a position where you can start taking money. Typically, it's going to be in a smaller form of your business. Ultimately, because if you're a sweaty startup like myself, I would consider myself a sweaty startup. I had to grind and hustle to grow my business. Yeah, I want to eventually get paid on it and ultimately grow my business as well. So I hope this video helps. If you did find value in this video, leave a comment down below. It is absolutely free to destroy that like button, so definitely go destroy that like button. I'll see you guys on the next one. I have a bunch of new small business tips, tricks, and actually one of my buddies I'm kind of mentoring right now, so he is giving me a ton of questions for content to make. So stay tuned. I'm going to have a bunch of stuff coming at you guys. I will see you guys later. Until then,